Morning, everybody. Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday, but here I am today. Hope you're having a great weekend, and give my computer a second to find me, and we will get started. As always, thank you so much for shopping with me and keeping me going. Sorry, trying to do two things at once, refresh my computer screen, and say that you have until the end of April, April 30th. There I am. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's move it up a little. Okay. So, yes, you have until the end of April, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so what are we talking about? We're talking about the decorative shapes. It is item number Z7133. It is unavailable right now, but it's going to be back in April. It takes them about 3 weeks to make and get to us. Total turnaround time, so mark your calendar or check the unavailable. Actually, the easiest way to do it, guys, throw the number in your cart. It'll say out of stock. So you can just check that. That's the easiest way. Otherwise, I'll put some links into how to find if it's available, or I'll give you a link of, I'll give you a message. Sorry, I am just had too much coffee, I think, today. I will give you a message letting you know about when it's going to be back in stock according to my unavailable list. So, why am I talking to you about this? Because it is awesome, you guys. You got to have it. There's so many things that you can do with it, and I have just barely begun to touch the surface of it. These are great for cards, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't work for scrapbooking as well, okay? If you're out there, say hi, and we will get started. I love these because they have little stitched marks on some of them, most of them, all of them, but some of them. Little stitch marks until you get up to the hearts and the circles. Then they have little dots. There we go. Here's a better picture of all of those. And I'm going to show you some different ways you can use them today. And I've made some cards. So let's get that out of the way. First thing I want to talk to you about is that you can cut them out. This is just a white one. Gives you an idea. And then you can run them through. That's not a very good one. Let's see if I have a better one. Oh, here we go. You can run them through an embossing folder. So you can use them like this, or you can use them like this. Okay? Something to tell you about when you're embossing. You want this, you don't want this. Maybe you do want that. I guess it could be an alternative. But see how the fibers are breaking down and they're nice on this one? That is because I went with the grain on this one. I went against the grain on this one. What does that mean? That means when you have a piece of paper, even if it's a small piece, one way it'll be tight, one way it'll be loosey-goosey. You want to be cutting your pattern on the loosey-goosey, not the tight. That's when you get the white lines. And because our core is white in the middle, that's why you see that. And remember, we have two different shades of color, so it is Cardstock Carnival right now, so get your cardstock that you want before it's gone. All right. So oftentimes, if I'm cutting stuff, I will just throw it in the back. I'm not going to give you those icky ones. I will just throw it in the back of my envelope to store it. And so I have, oops, sorry, hit that with my glasses. So I just have all these shapes that are in there, different colors, okay, that I can use. And use them to fit on a card. Use them to design. Let me sit down before I hit my head again. You can use them to design stuff. Okay, I'm going to keep this one a little closer. So see this shape here? It goes with this, but it also could be a leaf to your flower. Okay, so you got to think of stuff outside the box like that. These little ones are great for layering those little pieces on. Okay, there's no reason why you couldn't put a couple hearts together, right? You've seen me, I think, I have those cards online, that you take a card And you can just start lining these up and build a pattern along your card. So it's kind of nice to have these. And see, you can just start building shapes and adding to it and doing whatever you want. Dun da da da. Oops, that's the wrong side. Dun da da da. Look here. Anyway, there's lots that you can do with these. Okay, and that's just the point of this is to have fun with it. Okay, could even do something like this. So it's just all what you don't think to try. If I had a big, oh, I don't have a pendant one. Well, here's a white one. But if I had the biggest one, like this one, here's another way you can do it. I could layer this all under here. So this could be your focal point. All these could be different colors. And build a card like that. It could be clear over to this edge. It could just be a little tag that you put your words on, okay? So what I'm saying is there is endless possibilities. This one is a little birdhouse. Just put your little, and you could even maybe use this, put your little, that's the little hole. And then this, you could either cut across and put a piece of like black paper on there or whatever color you want on the roof line. That one doesn't fit. See, I'm just playing. And, or you, what I did before was I just took my marker and I just colored this in black. And then I just made a black circle for a hole. So there you go, birdhouse, right? Okay. So let's show you some cards and I have a couple tips for you. Oh, also you can stamp on it. Why not, right? You can punch these out of texture paper like I've done here. Okay? You can do whatever you want. This would be kind of cute for an anniversary card or a birthday card. You could put these together. That's kind of cute. See? I was thinking you could even take these little guys with this center and make your own little different flower, right? Or a, get this out of the way. Or a, you know, a half a flower. There we go. It's kind of like a half a flower. Do it like that. And you've got a half a flower. Hopefully you can see that. Let me raise it up since it's white on white. See the little half a flower right there? Okay, so let's show you some cards now that I've done fiddling with that enough. So like I said, I just put these in here and put it on the back side. Sorry again. I guess this is really low and I'm not used to it being that low. So let's go on to some cards. All right. So here's the first card that I made, and I'll show you all together, like so, okay? And then we'll just go over a couple things. So you'll notice that I colored these in with markers. I pulled out my old stash. I've got my lines going this way, then they're going this way, which that was a bad one, and then they're going this way. So you don't have to have them, you know, the same. This is also pulling out of a different dots bundle. Hey, Pat. I'll check the message. I can only see about half of it. Something about Monday. And hope that you can come. And these little guys, I don't know if you can see the shine, but I put a little bit of shine on these, and this one here, it's just a little bit. Oh, and there's another bauble from this set. And there is card number 1. Card number 2. Here is card number 2. This is colored in with colored pencils, and I put a little bit of clear shimmer over the top just to blend those in a little bit. I could have used water as well. Down here, I just added a little bit of shimmer. I'll have to take a still shot of that so you can see. Here's another little one of the pendants. And if you don't want to cut pendants anymore, no matter what size you want, you just cut it off, and you've got 3 different pendants at your disposal. 3 different sizes. This is just that circle, the big one. And then I just cut strips and made them, you know, in and out, different lengths, and just made a sun out of it. This is just some pattern paper, some extra dots. Those are actually current. Those are, and they're so pretty, you guys. They're from the Honey Bunny. Look at how pretty those are. Sorry if it's glaring. So that's card number 2. And card number 3, couple layers of paper. This again is the medium one. This heart is the bigger heart, and it is out of pattern paper. And then I added the stamp of the month for April. These little dots are those current ones, the honey bunny ones. And I wanted to show you a little bit about how I colored that. So as always, for when we're done, do you like, which one's your favorite? 1, 2, 3, and I will have an extra one. But I just wanted to show you this quick. So this is just my image, okay? And I wanted to show you how I did the little help me out, porcupine. So I've got 2 colors. I've got brown, or red-brown blend and muted brown blend. Not on camera, good to know. Let's move these out of the way. I'll pull them back in and make sure I'm on camera. Here we go. That's better. And I'll pull it up so you can see. And I'm trying to figure out which color I used. I always have some extra paper, and I am going to go to the dark so I can tell, and I think it's this one. Yes, what I did. So I took the dark and I just went around these little areas, and obviously I'm not doing quite as precise as I would. Okay, like that. Let me double check. I also went around his ears. I left that spot in the middle for pink. Okay, so I just want to kind of go around his face so I can kind of show you what I did. So I've got this on here, if you will. Kind of hard to do in the air. You try it. And then I'm going to go down to a lighter shade. And I think that's when I went to here. And I think it was the lightest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in his face. And my marker's going out, so if you swirl it around, works better if you have the lid on. It'll bring the ink down, and then it'll work a little better. The other thing you can do is rotate it to the tip and get a little more on there. So we've got that, and then I think it was this color. Yes. So then I'm going to the medium on the muted brown. I started with the red brown on dark. Then I went to the muted brown on light for his face, medium for in between his face. So I'm just going to give myself a you know, like you're coloring an outline. I went ahead and colored in his hands and all of his tummy, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay. But then I just kind of started going around his face, and I'm just jiggity jaggedy a little bit, just to get some color on there. And I'm even going to kind of do some dots. And when I did his tummy, I kind of just did swirls, and I want to leave a little bit of white showing. See how that gives you that kind of a speckledy effect, if you will. Okay. I'm not going to grab the pink because it's not here. Oh, also I went, and because I've got this dark, I just went in and just kind of dotted. And again, I'm not filling in everywhere, so that way I get kind of a little bit of a speckled effect. Okay. So I'll show you this one up close. Let me put this marker away so I don't get any on there. So I went around with the dark and hit those. Then I went with a light and did his face. Then I went back with a medium, swirly, swirly kind of effect, a little pink in his ears, and there you go. This one, I should show you that one too. Let me grab a different color. Grab one that you can really see. Okay, so this is just a blue. It's just to show you what I did. So on these, see, I just kind of lightly did around there. Okay, around all of these little tops, as thin as I can get it, which today is not very thin. And then I just kind of took a line or two, whatever I needed. And if it doesn't do it every time, that's okay. If there's not a line every time. Flowers are not perfect. They're not the same. So I'm just getting the outline, swish, swish. Hey, Stacy, thanks for watching. And that's how I did that. And then I colored the center a different color. Again, let me get rid of that. So you can see on here how it's left those little white lines. Then I just took some shimmer brush in the honey butter, which matches this. And I colored in with some dots on here. And then I just kind of made a little circle and kind of a little bit of an out. But I left those white lines, and that's what gives you a little more depth when you're coloring. I also matched this limeade on here, but since this was black, I wanted just a little bit more black. I could have went around and just did 1/8 of an inch black to separate these two so they stood out more. It just depends on, do you want your card to stand out, or do you want your card to be kind of mellow? Okay. And then, so again, which is your favorite? Number 1, number 2, number 3, and let's show you how my brain works on a 3rd card or a 4th card. So I have a card base, and I noticed that I had these guys, and I already had a hello sun on there. What am I looking for? Okay, and this flower, and where'd my circle go? That's the problem with having too many bits. Looking for my yellow circle I had indigo. And of course now, oh, can't find. Okay. And it's gone. I don't know where it went. Anyway, we're going to use that circle. Just a second more. It's usually under the last piece you look under, right? Right? Okay. Oh, there it is. See, told you, near the last piece. All right. So, sorry about that if my head's in the way. So I've got these pieces, and I'm like, well, this is in black, so I want to kind of have a little bit more black. And then I saw all these pieces, and I thought, this might be kind of fun. And we could, that's not that, that's the rough side. Have you ever noticed when you cut your paper, there's a nice side and a more ragged, rough side because we have the white core. So that's your front side. That's where you cut it. This is the bottom. Anyway, probably too much information. So I'm just going to kind of set that there. And then I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of stack these on your way up. And at first I was thinking, actually I was thinking of no black. So let's just move that up a little bit. I was kind of thinking, oh, this might be kind of fun, right? And then what you could do is just stagger them a little bit so you have different sizes, like so. See how that looks? And I thought, maybe I need to add this one in. Gives me a little bit more room. I'm getting rid of some of the black. Oh, my tool will help me here a little bit. Sorry. Maybe, maybe not. Oy. Do you guys have these problems? Okay. So you can kind of see what I'm trying desperately to do. So arrange these. Okay. Sort of, kind of. I guess you could do that too. You could do them kind of all cattywampus on there. That would be kind of cool. But then I thought this would be kind of pretty to have on there. You could either have a circle or you could have a circle somewhere else. So, and you could take one of these away and just have these. And I don't know if I like this black or not. What do you think, guys? You like it or not like it? There we go. Hello, sunshine. A little circle in there. And we're kind of losing I was losing the pennant shape, so that's why I pulled it off of there, like so. I think we need a little bit of color on there. Let me grab some paper. So I'm just grabbing, this is just paper. Okay, green, blue, yellow, white. What do we need? Anybody? Some pattern paper, maybe some sky. Let's try this. See if I can do this. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. What do you think? It's not bad. So I'm building as we go. Okay, that's not bad. What's on the other side of this? Oh, there we go. That's kind of pretty too. Which do you like better? Somebody tell me. Hey, Stacy, still watching. Which one do you like better? The plaid or the clouds? Give me some input. Do. Still pulling out stuff. Could also do some of this in between. Oh, need to sit down again. Trying to see if Stacy will tell us what she likes. Maybe she's not there anymore. She just left her phone on and had to go potty. Who knows? This is kind of interesting. Or I could just put it down here. Okay, let's make an executive decision. I'm gonna cut this piece of paper. Oops, sorry for the loud noise. Let's find out how big this is. It's 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. Let's give it a half inch. Okay, there we go. All right, so, all right, I'm getting ready to put it down. Can you tell us anything? Nothing. Come on, Stacy. Maybe she's gone. All right, so we also could kind of do that, but since we're putting the banners on, let's not. Okay, here we go. We're putting down our pieces. So, you know me, I like to use my grid. Then I've got my lines around. Just kind of square me up. And I look at these 3 sides I can see, because my hand's usually covering this one, to get myself as square as I can get. And I think I'm going to bring this over here since most of it will be covered up. And I never push down really hard, so that way I can wiggle it around a little bit. Ah. Just a smidge more. Like so. Okay. All right, and I kind of like this along there too, so let's add that. Here's another little tip for you that I do. When it's longer, I just measure it to there. That way I know I'm not getting glue on something I don't want glue on. Again, I'm gonna line up my paper, my card, and I can use this grid line here and here. Just don't want a little bit more of that showing. So I'll go up to there and there. And then I can take my scissors, and I usually open the card so that way I don't cut the card. Because you want to get close, but you don't want to cut your card. And how many times have you cut your card? See, I'm starting to cut the card. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to finalize these again. And I think I'm going to do them something like this. There, kind of like that. So this is the hard part. Usually what I'll do, here's another tip. Take your phone and take a picture of it, then you can see it. The other way to do it is to move it off to the side. So you kind of know about where you're going. Okay, so start with this piece. And I know that that was a little bit past the edge, so I didn't put adhesive clear to the edge. I'll put that on and I'll cut these off later. See, and I already forgot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink or put glue more towards the adhesive, not glue, more towards the bottom. Oh, that would have been pretty too. Okay. And then that way we can figure out where we're going. And then if we have to go back, oops, remember what I said, don't put it down too hard. Use your grid lines to line you up. There we go. This one needs to go underneath. And push down too hard, so I have some underneath. And I'm just staggering them as we go. There we go. All right, so you might have to lift up here, put a little bit more glue. Hold stuff down. We'll trim this off. Let's see if we can stick those flowers on. I don't know why I always try and cut the card off. Which would not be good on the fold, would it? Okay, so there we go. So now we have a little more room to put this up here, kind of like that. Wish I had another yellow one. I'll have to punch another yellow one. I'll stick another yellow one underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put glue in the middle of the flower. And I like to, I can also stick glue. So that's another good spot to glue. So if it goes over, I put glue on the front part of there. So I can stick it in here. And I'll get me another one. So that'll leave me room to stick that under there. And then I'm gonna, boop, as it comes falling out, I'm gonna raise up my little circle. Put that down. Let's see, honey butter. Give me just a second to cut one more of those. Honey butter. Oh, I need the dye. Ah, come here. Oh my goodness, really? Okay, sorry. And I'm going to be right back. Okay, cut them out both sides so that way I'd have a lighter and a darker. Let's add bigger one. I like that too. It adds a little bit more depth, so that can go in my extra pile again. Do that over there. Let's just tuck that under there. Get it so it's on the page. On the card. Looks like I can put a little underneath too. So I'll turn it over, put some on the back side and the front side, and shove her under there. Kind of help hold everything down. There we go. All right, so now we just have some pretties to put on, and we will be done with our fourth card. So these are nice that these are on here because you can kind of move them around. You know, I like groups of 3. We've got some other colors down here that we can add. I wouldn't add the blue. I'd probably go with the green and the yellow and the pink. Let's see, we could put one in there. We need to do groups of 3. There is a little green. I'm going to my pokey tool, and let's see where we want one. I want to kind of use the different sizes. So I'm kind of making a triangle of colors, okay? And you don't have to use all of the ones, but you can. I don't know if I like that color. Let's see. I think I want some more green. I kind of try and make triangles. I like to tuck stuff in. Oh my goodness, this is the hard part. Let's add a medium one right there. And sometimes the other thing you can do is take a picture, and then you can kind of see from a little bit more of a distance what else you need. Be kind of cool with a yellow one just on there, tone on tone. Or a pink. You like the pink or the yellow? I kind of like the yellow. Get straight. There we go. And I want to add one more green. Let's add a little one. And I know now I've got 4, but that's okay. So you can just go around, and I liked it there. Okay, there we go. That's how my brain works. I hope you didn't get lost going down the rabbit hole with me. I'll bring the cards back in, and now we have another choice. So, which is your favorite? Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, or card number 4? I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that when these come back in stock that you will be wanting them. And the first time these went out of stock, they were going to be back in stock like right around this time. I'm not sure, because there was some of these in the album retreat. They might have just pulled the rest out that they didn't use and sold those. So there still could be that big batch. Hey, Kathy. Thank you for watching. There still could be a batch coming any day now. I would check every couple of days, and I will try and look for it when it first comes, and I will let anybody that wants to know that they're back in stock. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have the rest of your weekend is a good one, and I will see you again next Friday. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching.